Today we're at Disneyland's biggest event of the year, Food and Wine Festival.
Food and wine!
This annual event is dedicated to all things food and wine, and it's gonna run from February 28th through April 21st. So you're gonna have just over 2 months to experience 8 different booths and food all around the park.
We know that theme park food isn't cheap, so we're gonna show you what to get so you don't waste your money. Everyone does a top 5 or a top 3, so today we're doing top 4.
Did you see that? 4.
I know, I just said I saw it.
4 just sounds right. So today it's gonna be 4 food items and 4 drinks, which is actually 8. So since we're off 4, let's also pick out our 4 best things about food and wine besides food and wine.
Let's get down to business. We're gonna have fun.
Welcome back to another Mouse Vibes video. Let's get this started off right and get some food in our bellies. There's a couple ways to get started with food. One, you can buy a la carte items at each of the food booths, but that's gonna cost you a pretty penny. They make it easy here to save.
We make it look easy.
And there's 2 different ways to save, that being the Sip Savor Pass, which isn't just a clever name, but honestly helps you save. So they're gonna have 2 different Sip Savor Passes, one with 4 items, that's $32, and one that's 8 items, and that's $63. But if you are a Magic Key holder, that knocks off about $5 in savings, so you're basically on top, right? Girl math.
You know what I'm saying, homeboy?
So like I said, we're doing all things in 4s today, so we bought the 4-tab Sip and Savor Pass, and the first booth is gonna be right behind us at Peppers Caliente.
Sorry to be the fun police, but I just need to let you know that alcohol is not included in any of the Sip and Savor passes. Shed's tier. But now let's go to Peppers Caliente. We're starting out this video with a bang, you guys. The second I saw that there was a pickle drink on the menu, I was like,
It needs to be mine.
we got the pickle whiskey sour cocktail. This is a bourbon-based drink with tons of pickle juice and a tahini ram, which is like, come on. And obviously there's a huge pickle in it because duh, you guys. I'm gonna put this on wax right now. This is one of the best drinks I've ever had at Food and Wine, and one of the best drinks I've had at any Disney festival ever.
Forever, and ever.
In the history of time. This is so refreshing. It's not sweet at all. It's very salty, but not overbearingly salty. And you can taste the liquor, but it's still like super refreshing and not like,
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
this is so good. I believe it was like $18.75, so obviously it's a Disney drink. It's pretty pricey. I'm gonna give this 1 bazillion vibes. I love this, and the fact that I get to crunch this pickle at the end, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, man, come on.
Perfect drink. Oh my God. I love this. I need to learn how to make this at home.
I feel like every year at Food and Wine, there's always a couple of things that are a little bit unusual or off the beaten path on the menu, and at first glance, you might think it is the pickle whiskey sour.
Ooh, that's good.
It's known as like a pickleback shot. I don't know what magic pickle is, but it basically takes away all the alcohol taste in your mouth when you have a drink. So it is a perfect mixture or chaser for anything bourbon related. And even if you're not a bourbon girly like Ashley, get this drink. Super refreshing. Great way to start off Food and Wine Festival.
How many vibes?
Easily a bazillion like Ashley. Boop.
Next up, we have the corn chip chili pie, and it has impossible beef, so this is going to be one of your vegetarian options. Also, you guys, I need to apologize. I didn't realize that there were beans in here, and I am not a bean girly, and I'm still going to try it for you guys, but like, I can't have too much because, well, we all know, okay? So let's try this. There's so many beans. Ooh. Oh, wow. I'm going to have one more bite. This is divine. If you're a texture person, just know you should probably eat it right away because the Fritos will get mushy at the bottom.
What are you talking about?
This is really good. I really like this. This is really filling. I definitely think you're gonna get a little bit of heartburn after and your breath won't smell good, but this is delicious. I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5 vibes. Really good option here at Food and Wine Fest.
Have some more sloppy joes.
Honestly, this is okay. It's good. It's a nice meal, but nothing special about it. It tastes like soggy nachos, so I give that 4 vibes for the soggy Impossible nachos.
Also, please note, if you are coming to Food and Wine and you get the Impossible Beef Corn Chip Chili Pie, it is top heavy. So if you're taking a photo with it or whatever, it will flop over and then you will lose your entire corn chip chili pie. I almost just did it twice.
So over at Golden Dreams, we got the Musubi fried rice. This is Alani Resort inspired, and it has steamed rice with egg, glazed spiced ham, and umami mayo with furikake. All right, first impression, this is some of the fanciest looking Spam I've ever seen in my life. I don't know, this is really fancy. Deduct 1 point right off the bat though, no chopstick. And it's served with a fork. If you don't have chopstick, it's spoon. We like to shovel it in our mouth.
Perfect.
This is actually really good. You think Hawaiian food over at Disney? I honestly thought right away, Howley, it was not gonna be prepared great.
Hi.
Allie, to you too.
This is excellent. The egg is a nice complement to the rice, and the Spam is cooked perfectly. It has this nice burnt edge to it, but the inside is soft. I'm gonna give that 5 vibes. That's so good. You have to try this.
So I'm not like a big Spam musubi person. I haven't really had a lot of experience with it, but this looks really bomb, and I trust Nick's review on it. Oh, bro. Wow, this spice glazed Spam musubi is so good. It has the perfect crunch to it, and it, like exactly Nick's point, it has this like burnt maple taste. It's so bomb. This steamed rice with egg is so good, and it's like very plain, so it offsets like the heaviness of the Spam musubi. Honestly, I didn't have like a lot of faith in this dish because to Nick's, I know I am white people, but to Nick's point, I thought it was gonna be like very white people type of aloha food, and this is like aloha people aloha food.
Exactly. And no matter what, you always seem to find the good in everything.
This is 5 vibes. This is fire, bro. Can I have the rest of this?
Do it.
Okay. I don't know if you guys saw our video where we stayed at the Island Tower at the Polynesian Resort, but this tastes a lot like the Polynesian Resort. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's linked below. This is great, and I feel like we like really need to go to Aulani. I feel like we'll have a really good experience, and we just like need to rip the Band-Aid, and we need to go.
5 minutes later.
Mom, stop marking me.
Right here.
I know, where'd it happen?
I don't know, babe.
Did it just happen?
I don't.
It's been there this whole
Let
time?
me fix it.
Mom.
Nick has crap all over his shirt. I was talking to someone with a pepper tooth, and he has a big thingy on his shirt, and I'm so embarrassed.
Good thing Mom's got the dab pen too over time. So we've made our way to the back of the park to the Paradise Gardens area, and the cool thing about during Food and Wine Festival is this entire area becomes a beer garden. You guys heard me right, there's a beer garden in the back, and I got the Stereo Brewing Co. Perfect Day Double IPA. Anything that says Perfect Day, I'm in. We've named a handful of our vlogs Perfect Days, and I'm a believer in the perfect day. If I have enough of these, I might forget my day. Guys, come back down to the Paradise Garden beer area. It's a nice little place to relax, listen to live music, and get away from the hustle and bustle. 5 vibes for the beer garden.
We already know how this tale is gonna go, but why not try it at Food and Wine? That is horrific. It tastes like dead trees and lumberjack sweat. 0 vibes. I hate this. I don't know how my fiance drinks these.
Our next booth up is one of the funnest ones to say, and it's Cluck-a-Moo. In years past, Cluck-a-Moo has basically carried anything that has to do with chicken and moos and clucking, so hopefully we find some of that over there. Yes!
The reason I wanted to get this specific cocktail from Cluck-a-Moo is because it has
Jeffries.
brew in it. It's their tea and not their coffee, but either way, when I get to have
Jeffries.
in a cocktail, it's a win-win. So this is the Asahi Passion Tiki cocktail. It has pineapple rum, dark rum, passion fruit syrup, Joffrey's, and Asahi black tea, and it's garnished with, I was gonna say an olive, you guys. Wow, Ash, that's a cherry, but let's try it. Okay. Tastes like vacation in a cup. Tastes like a bikini on the beach. Tastes like me and Mickey are on Castaway Cay having a huge photo shoot in front of a Disney cruise ship. 10 out of 10 vibes. Yo! Oh my God, this is so delicious, you guys. Not too sweet. You can taste every element of this drink. Just enough ice where it's not too much ice where you're like,
I just paid $18 for a drink and it's all ice.
this is the perfect spring cocktail. 10 out of 10. Obsessed.
And everyone knows it.
Also at Cluck-a-Moo is a brand new food item called the Assa'DOS. It's a grilled skirt steak with chipotle chicken, Spanish rice, and salsa verde, and a big corn tortilla. And even though it says asada on it, there's also pollo on here, so it's kind of like a surf and turf with no seafood. Is that what surf and turf is? A plethora of meat?
No. No what? No. What? No.
That's what it is. Or just chicken and steak? I don't know why I brought in the seafood, but hey, let's try it. I'm gonna go right after that steak. I eat chicken all the time, but I don't really get to enjoy any steak. Get some of that salsa verde in there. Salsa verde is the superior salsa. If you disagree, we don't need to know about it, because I'm right. Okay, Disney. If you are a sensitive spice queen, that salsa verde does have a kick, so just be warned. I just doused my entire steak in it, and it has a kick, but I love spice. This is great. This is an authentic skirt steak. It's not like a cheap piece of meat hidden like a skirt steak, you know what I mean? It's actually like really, really good. Very flavorful.
Obviously, this is 5 out of 5 vibes. The asada, really good. I got some shards of meat in the back of my teeth.
Do I have something in my teeth?
I wish they sold floss on a day like this. Just off of Cluck-a-Doodle News. No, I said it wrong.
Let's go in for this chicken. I don't know a gentler way to eat the chicken, you guys, so I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, that chicken has a smoky flavor to it. It's really good. It's a little bit greasy. I have a bunch of grease on my fingers, but it's good.
It's good.
Again, to my sensitive spice kings and queens, without the salsa, that chicken is pretty spicy. I can handle it.
You don't think I can handle danger?
If you don't like spice, I don't know if you can.
I totally can.
One last thing. Sorry, babe. I know my fiance loves onions, but I love onions too. And I'm going to eat this big onion.
Did you really just eat that whole onion? There's only one onion for both of us.
Sorry, I should have cut it in half.
No smooches for Ashley. Her breath's gonna be kicking. Cluck-a-diddle. I know we talked about doing things in fours today, as in 4 food items and 4 drinks, but things have quickly escalated. I'm on to another drink for me. This is now the Smog City Snugglebug Sour Blonde Ale. That is the heftiest name for a beer I've ever heard, and it doesn't really look like a beer. It's like red and almost like a seltzer or something, right? This is incredible. It tastes like a spiked Crystal Light. If you know what that is, shout out to you. You like powdered water. It's easily 4 out of 5 vibes. Again, we're on all things 4s. So Food and Wine Festival is more than just food and wine. You wouldn't think so by the name, but there definitely is way more going on for this event. There's entertainment around the park, obviously a ton of attractions, but there's different kiosks and booths throughout the entire festival to help make the magic a little bit more magical. Right over here by the jumping jellyfish, there's a kiosk that is a character. I'm gonna butcher this. Caricatures.
Caricature.
This is why I pay Ashley the big money. In the caricatures, you're able to get wine bottles, prints, digital prints. They charge by the person, just to give you a heads up, which is really sweet, but we got an amazing photo of Elliot, our dog.
Our little Gigi boo-boo.
Sorry you're not in color, big guy, but you're a white dog, so it's perfect anyways. We don't want to pay for color on an albino dog. But we got this print in a digital print for $50. And at first you're like, man, $50 on a print. Listen. Look at this. This is magical. The artist over there, her name was Chloe. She did a great job of not only finding the best print, but making the most diligent drawing of our Gigi Boo Boo. Right, Ash?
I'm a sentimental gal, and I love my dog. And then I was like, let's get all 3 of us. And I was going to be like $5,000. So I was like, let's just get our black and white dog. And I think she got him so well. His big, beautiful ears, his big, beautiful eyes, and he's perfect, and he's my baby, and I love him. I love him! But how cute is this? And we're gonna frame it on our set for Mouse Vibes Mondays. And we also want to shout out Andrew, our new friend, who we were telling Chloe that we make YouTube, and we were like, Mouse Vibes, and he went and pulled up his phone and subscribed. So Andrew, if you're watching this, it was so lovely to meet you and your family, and you're the cutest little patootie, and we hope you have the best Disneyland trip ever.
And make sure to listen to your parents. They know everything.
Yes, parents know everything.
So I'm not going to pretend that this is new this year because it might not be, but it's new to us. If you go to the little food and wine merchandise booth right outside the Little Mermaid, you get this little cute charcuterie board with Mickey, and it holds your drink. Babe, hold this.
It's a tray. It's a food tray, guys, not a charcuterie board.
It is. You can put charcuterie in here. Look.
See, guys, it's a tray, not charcuterie.
I love little trinkets, and like, I'll be honest, normally, like, I don't need a disposable straw or another grocery bag, but like, this is pretty lit. Like, I can put cheese and grapes and crackers on this with my drink, and I can use it for my tiny mic. Don't say so. I don't know the words to do it, Lifa.
So one of our favorite things that you have to do every single year for Food and Wine Festival is come over to Soarin. During this time of the year, they change it from Soarin the World to Soarin, California, which is a day 1 attraction. Unfortunately for day 1, the ride has been closed since 11 a.m. So we're not able to ride it, but you should ride it if you come to Food and Wine Festival, because this attraction will be running like this through the entirety of the festival, running through April. So come ride Soarin over California. And if you guys don't know what this is, instead of Soarin over the world, you basically get to soar over different parts of California. You get to Palm Springs, San Diego, obviously the Orange Groves, but my favorite place, Los Angeles. Duh, #1, Staples Center, baby. Stand up.
Thank you. Got it. Woman in line too.
So one of the things that you can find here every year, and it's the best thing ever, is this personal photo op with Chef Goofy. We love Chef Goofy. He whips things up in the kitchen, and we love to eat all of it, and we love to get a personalized photo with him. And it's over here in the shade, over in Hollywoodland, and he's just the best.
What's up, Goof?
Put some respect on Goofy's name.
Thanks, Goof. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for being fun.
We've made our way over to the last and final booth, Mercado de Antojos. That's what it is, right? That's the newest booth here this year at Food and Wine Festival. I think it took over a place of avocado time. There's a lack of avocado at Food and Wine Festival here this year, but we have birria tacos. No, birria mac and cheese, not tacos.
Don't
Birria Mike.
stop.
Count it!
I'll tell you guys one thing about Disneyland food. They do not miss when it comes to the birria. The birria here is just the same as it is over in, San Francisco area. That's what I meant, Cocina Cucamonga in San Francisco area. This is so good. The mac and cheese is cooked perfectly. It's nice and crunchy, but the cheese is melted perfectly on top of it. And there's like an avocado or like some type of verde sauce on it. Either one is great. Anything that's green is obviously 5 out of 5 vibes. And I love this thing. This is so good. That's going to wrap up our day and the opening day of Food and Wine Festival 2025. Hopefully you enjoyed the 4 food items that we picked out today. We enjoyed all of them, and usually we have some strikeouts, and today that wasn't the case. All 8 items that we tried, 4 food items, 4 drink items, were all fantastic. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us grow, and if not, thanks for stopping by.